Can you imagine experiencing your life as easy and peaceful most of the time, even when things around you seem to be in chaos? It truly is a possibility. That is the gift of living with soul and ego in harmony, living in self-awareness without judgment. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the magic that is energy medicine. Now, here is the host of Soul Healing with Traci Trimble, Doctor of Energy Medicine, Traci Trimble.
Hello and welcome. I'd like to start today with a great big thank you. I want to say thank you to everyone who emails with questions, who reaches out for support, and who trusts me for guidance. One of the things that I would like to just get out there now is that every single email that you send me, I answer myself. My team does sort it and put it into priorities, but I actually do answer it. So please know that if I don't get back to you right away, it's simply because I'm not able to. Wednesdays are my administration days, so most of the afternoon, once I'm done my show, I make sure that I get to everything that happened in the past week. So especially if you sent your email on Sunday night, know that I'm most likely not going to get to it until Wednesday, but I will. Also, I'm very happy to answer all of your questions. But if you also provide me with your first name, your last name, and your date of birth, that's you giving me permission to go into your bioenergetic field, to witness your cellular memory. And that way, the question that you ask me is coming from soul and ego in harmony, directly from you, not from my opinion or my experiences. So remember, that's a gift that you can give to me that allows me to gift you back with exactly what you need to know, completely devoid of my opinion. So let's get started. Welcome, everyone. My name is Traci Trimble, and I'm a doctor of energy medicine. As a bioenergetic therapist, a spiritual guide, and an energy worker, my specialty is treating both the cause and the effects of depression, anxiety, acute stress, and chronic pain. I do that from the perspective of the human bioenergetic field. The physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual as they intermingle and dance together. My passion is teaching energy medicine. The tools that I use are Reiki, chakra balancing, and Hatha yoga. My gift is to see through the layers of those energy fields. And I have the capacity to connect to your soul voice. I need your permission, but your soul voice speaks to me. I ask questions and I get responses. Your ego is very curious and interacts as well. And then as a trained talk therapist, I have the joy of speaking to you. It becomes my job to guide and teach you how to bring soul and ego back into harmony so that you are the one that's listening. You are the one that's asking questions. You are the one that is being self-aware without judgment and criticism. So how do we get to this most amazing experience of self-aware without criticism and judgment? Well, yeah, we do have to clear a lot of stuff out of the way, but we also have to have a practice that washes away all of the stuff that's distracting us. And that's what we're going to talk about today. How do I get rid of all of the distractions and the overwhelm and the judgment and the criticism? Well, I'd like to suggest that it is as easy as a spiritual shower. Spiritual shower can be as little as 90 seconds if it's done every single day. You are that important. You are so important that you should be. Not because you have to or you must, but because you want to. Take care of yourself every day. 90 seconds is the universal life force medication. And I want to talk to you with exactly talk to you about what exactly this is today. I want to share with you not only what a spiritual shower is, but why it's important and exactly what you can do in this said 90 seconds. So let's start with why spiritually showering is important. And the reason that I'm going with why it's important before what it is because it will make more sense when you have this visual. Imagine that it's true that you are an energetic being having a human experience. You are matter, physically solid, but you are processing, relating, and experiencing energetically. It's etherical. That energy works of the law of physics. Like energy attracts like energy. Our energy starts first at a spiritual level with our thoughts, moves through a mental process with thought between soul and ego. It becomes emotional and we start to feel the implications of that thought, and then finally it's physical. We can make it happen through our words, our actions, and our inaction. But that's just not happening with us. That's happening with every single person on this planet. Every thought every single person on this planet has creates energy. That energy floats around us very much like how Wi-Fi works. And we get attracted to and by the signals that match our thoughts. That can be pretty overwhelming. Bioenergetic medicine and neuroscience has proven that 600 to 800 times in a single 24-hour period, we are letting into our bioenergetic field, into our experience, energies that are not beneficial for us. They may not necessarily be causing us harm, although that is possible, and harm is, again, physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. But at the very least, they are distracting and overburdening us from doing our work honestly, which is literally being aware of our highest good, using our thoughts for our own and the greater whole's highest good. So I'd like you to imagine that around you, there are 3 levels of protection. And it takes one of these, or any one of these, 600 to 800 non-beneficial energies, 24 hours to penetrate your natural defensive mechanism. So you have 3 of those. So let's start with today, for example. Actually, before we start with today, let's pretend that as of this moment, you have never done anything to spiritually shower. You've never done anything to wash away any of the distractions or any of the non-beneficial energies that cause us to be mentally or emotionally incompetent. I just want to gift you a little bit of overwhelm that is witness only. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to take however many years old you are on average. You don't need the days, just the number of years. You're going to multiply that number by 365, because that's how many days there are in a year. That's how many segments of 24 hours there are. If you are a man, you're going to multiply that by 600. If you are a woman or a child, so you're under 16 years old, unfortunately, and I apologize, but that's child energy, you're going to multiply that by 800. That's how many pieces of distraction energy you have in your bioenergetic field if you have never done anything to spiritually shower. And you want to know why you feel exhausted and overwhelmed. You want to know why depression, anxiety, acute stress are in existence. On top of that, add an actual tragedy, a heartbreak or a death that you've been unable to get over, a physical or sexual abuse. That's going to exponentially multiply that. Now, please remember, you're just the witness. There is no need to engage this energy right now, but there is a need to eliminate this energy. The reason for that is, going back to today, in the first 24 hours, as that bioenergetic, non-beneficial energy sits in the layers of your protection, the very first day it sits there and it says, I've been attracted here. I wonder if I'm going to get to stay. It takes 24 hours for that energy to penetrate into the next layer. In the next layer, it says, oh, I'm in. I should call all of my like friends and make sure they know where I'm at. So the next batch of 600 to 800 non-beneficial distraction energies are on their way. If in a 24-hour period after that, you haven't spiritually showered, that distraction has now become evidence that whatever that habit or belief is, even though it's causing you harm, it's yours. Everything happens in 3-day cycles. Everything. Everything happens in a 72-hour cycle. If you aren't doing anything to wash those distraction energies away, what they're doing is stopping you from actually healing from real traumas. They are actually stopping you from recognizing beliefs and habits that cause you harm. One of my most favorite mentors, Vishen Lakhiani, has coined a phrase called rules, the bullshit rule. These rules are what cause you to believe that you're not worthy and that there is not enough. I saw a meme this morning that I shared on Facebook that basically said, do you really know what you think you know, or has someone told you what to believe and you just simply believed it? What is a spiritual shower? A spiritual shower, a conscious process of literally washing off those 3 layers. I'm not saying when you spiritually shower that your entire life is going to be sunshine and roses, because there's still going to be lessons for you to learn, and they're going to get through. But if 1 or 2 things get through every 24 hours instead of 600 to 800 things to get through, you're going to be more clear, more focused, more calm, more capable of taking care of yourself. You're ready to do that. And it's not complicated. You don't even have to believe in energy medicine. You just have to have hope that what I'm saying could possibly be true and make a difference. Now, what I love about energy medicine is that all of those possible millions of layers of non-beneficial energy and distraction, they need to be taken away. And that's what energy medicine does. A Reiki treatment, a chakra balancing treatment, bioenergetic trauma release, Those are my specialties. A yoga class, a yoga practice, those are what I use. But they're washing away one layer or a million layers at a time. So first, let's stop the non-beneficial energy from coming in, and then let's start washing away the stuff that we don't need. But we have to take care of ourselves. We've got to stop this bombardment of distraction from the outside. And how do we do that? It's a really simple process. It's called ground open, connect, protect. And I want to teach you exactly what that is. Ideally, you're spending 20 minutes doing this because you deserve it and it feels amazing. But in a bind, 90 seconds is all it takes. Bioenergetic medicine and neurotheology, neuroscience has proven that we can actually reformat and reroute our neural pathways, the way in which our mind processes, in 90 seconds. You know what? Sometimes every day you don't get a chance to shower and wash your hair, but you're still going to brush your teeth and wash your parts. Imagine if you're 40 years old, for example, and you've never brushed your teeth, washed your face, or cleaned your parts. Can you imagine what that feels like? Yeah, you can, because you're spiritually experiencing it, and you're calling it depression, anxiety, acute stress, or chronic pain. It's time for our first break of the show. When we come back, I'm going to completely and totally explain to you what ground, open, connect, and protect mean, so that we can learn how to do a really quick dance that I call the spiritual shower. I'm going to teach you some ways of conscious intention, and I'm going to teach you some ways of unconsciously clearing yourself. But most importantly, I'm going to teach you that this is so easy that it becomes the medication that you require. You're listening to Soul Healing with Traci Trimble. We'll be right back.
Now back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope and energetically pray that you took a couple minutes over the commercial break to really let this sink in, to really comprehend the depths of your truth, how important this is. This is the game changer. This moment is what every single show that I've done up until this moment has led you to the belief that this truth is absolute, that you have to stop unconsciously allowing unbeneficial energy to influence and affect you, and that most of all, you have the power to say no. No thank you to the distractions, to the lies, to the traumas that aren't even yours to experience. That's what I'm hoping for today. That is the gift that I'm giving you as spiritual shower. So how do we do this? So let me walk through this intellectually first, and then after our next break, we're actually going to do the 90-second treatment. I'll let you know beforehand, and Keisha, my producer, will document for me the time in which it started, and I'll make sure you have it. So if you need to listen to it over and over and over and over again until you can do it yourself, you'll have it. It's 90 seconds, although the 20-minute version is so yummy, it's not even funny. And you can find that one if you go back into my archives, into the show called Depression and Anxiety. There's actually a 20-minute guided meditation version of a spiritual shower. So let's talk about ground. Grounding is about earth energy. Mother Earth, this planet that we were attracted to and chose for our human experience, actually has an incredibly important energetic process in our life cycle. And it happens through her inhalation and exhalation, but also through ours, which is completely opposite. The reason that being in nature is so fulfilling to us is because our heartbeats are in unison, but in the opposite flow. When we inhale, Mother Earth exhales. When we exhale, Mother Earth inhales. When we inhale, we're pulling up from Mother Earth a nurturing gift that connects us to her physically. When we exhale, we're letting go of everything that we need, letting go of everything we don't need physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, and we're giving it to her through her inhalation. She's taking it and repurposing it into pure energy. We inhale to nurture. We exhale to detoxify. This is true physically and metaphysically. Physically, the inhalation is oxygen and the exhalation is releasing carbon dioxide. Metaphysically, we inhale earth energy and we exhale all of our fears and distractions. What happens in this process is a symbiotic relationship between us and earth energy, and that creates for us metaphysical roots that literally tie us to the space and time. And the infrastructure of that root system creates within us a knowing deep in the core of our being that we are actually safe, secure, and supported. And our breath proves that that's true. The challenge is that most of us who are overwhelmed by all of the distractions breathe like this. What about that feels safe, secure, and supported? But as we are free of those burdens, we breathe like this. Feel the difference right away. As you become aware of your breath, you are actually bringing soul and ego into harmony. Soul is our breath. Our imagination is our ego. So if soul and ego become breath and imagination flowing in and out of our physical body, guess what? We're grounded. We're rooted. And how can we do that intellectually and consciously in less than 3 seconds? We can stomp our feet on the floor and say, I'm grounded. I am grounded. It's an inhalation, a stomp, and an exhalation. 3 to 5 seconds, we're grounded. Okay, so that's step 1. Step 2 is open. We aren't meant to be closed. We aren't meant to hold on and harbor our non-beneficial energies. They're meant to flow through us, around us, as opportunities to experience this space and time from the perspective of our highest good, from the perspective of our love energy. To witness them and say, is that going to gift me a beneficial experience of the reason that I decided to be here in the first place? So for me, my contract is purposefulness, passion, and balance. So every single energy, without my conscious awareness being acquired at all, I'm actually sorting through the bazillion of experiences I have, and I'm saying yes or no to them. Because my heart is open. With each inhalation, my heart opens a little bit more and fills with light. The more my heart opens and the light comes in, I have to let go of something. So as I let go with the exhalation, I do it from the conscious intention of forgiveness. I inhale love, and I exhale forgiveness. And what that does is it fills me with an abundance of light. And that light holds the space for shadow energy to cascade right out of me. I don't want to experience it, and I don't want to have to be consciously aware of evaluating it. Because I'm filled with so much love and light, I'm not attracting to me as much shadow, especially not as much shadow as I have in the past, because I'm consciously aware of every inhalation is love and every exhalation is forgiveness. Here is the key part of this process of opening. Love is something we must give and receive. It's the law of reciprocity. It's how we create balance in this universe. But in order to give and receive love, we must also give and receive forgiveness to ourselves and others. And forgiveness is not at all what you think it is, and we're not going to have time to talk about that today, but forgiveness is a conscious knowing that I'm not holding on to these shadows of the past. They already happened. I can't do anything to fix them back there. When they get presented to me again, because I've already forgiven it, I'm not going to get stuck in it. I'm going to deal with it this time. Because if you've noticed, anything that you haven't forgiven keeps happening over and over and over and over and over again. And then, let me tell you how cool and easy it is to open your heart. In our 90-second version, we literally lift our shoulders up a little towards our ears, put our hands in a cupped position at our belly to receive, and we literally pull our shoulders back and lift our chest up. We're open. We can feel it. Sometimes it actually causes physical pain because we've been so closed. But then as we forgive, we roll our shoulders forward, we round our back, and we let every shadow out from behind our shoulder blade. We let it go. We're open. And then we're ready to connect. Connecting happens at the top of our head. We're connecting to heaven energy. We're giving permission to allow ourselves to receive guidance, to be guided, healed, and protected. And we literally, gently feel a rush of heaven energy flow all the way through us. It's washing away all of our fears, all of the distraction energy. It's making space. And in this moment, we are a conduit. We are grounded to earth energy. We are open to love and light. And we are connected to something greater, and we can actually feel it moving through us. The lightness is intense. It's intense. Now, these are the three pieces that most people need: ground, open, connect. However, there are some of us who are very energetically sensitive. If you experience anxiety or social anxiety specifically, or you are an empath, it is absolutely essential that you also protect. I personally think we should all protect ourselves, and it's very easy. When you're grounded, open, and connected, you'll literally feel the expansion of your bioenergetic field. And then you just have to imagine placing a bubble around yourself. I like to use my hand and move from the opposite hand's shoulder in a big circle in front of me from side to side and in front of me from front to back. And I'm protected. I give myself permission to say out loud, only the highest good gets in here. and only the highest good goes out, and for that I give thanks. So we're going to take a break, but when we get back, we're going to actually walk through the ground open, connect, and protect. I'm Traci Trimble, Doctor of Energy Medicine, and it is my pleasure, my passion, and my purpose to guide, teach, heal, and protect you. We'll be right back.
Now back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. Before we went to break, I explained to you 4 steps. Grounding into earth energy. We do that from our belly button to our feet. I explained to you open. We do that right from our heart chakra, that space from our clavicle to our sternum that includes our arms. And we connect. That's from the top of our head moving up. We also protect. We use our breath and our imagination, our soul and ego in harmony to create a bubble around us. This is most powerful. Now, in just a few moments, I'm going to share with you the 90-second version. The 20-minute version, what happens is as we are connecting, it goes through and very particularly with words washes the non-beneficial energy from every single chakra. And as we fill ourselves up, it fills every chakra. And that's why it takes so long, because we are literally visiting, cleaning, and rebalancing every chakra. The 90-second version is we're just giving ourselves a quick sponge bath. Okay, so let's get started. First, I'd like you to stand up to do this for the first few times. And the reason for that is because it's much easier to feel the sensation, the physical feeling of being grounded if we're standing, because it's a very gentle weight that starts just below the belly button and it moves down through the hips, the thighs, the knees, and the feet. But we also can literally, physically stamp our feet. For the first little while, you're going to do all of these motions physically, but eventually you just use your imagination because you know what it feels like to be grounded, open, connected, and protected. But unfortunately, our beautiful piece of energy called ego needs to feel it first. So here we go. You're standing up. Your feet are about hip distance apart. Your knees are softened. Your shoulders are falling away from your ears. And your hands are up, palms facing the sky, but also resting on your thighs or your hips, depending on the length of your arm. In yoga, this is called mountain. It's our strength position. You're going to take an inhalation and you're going to stomp your feet and say, I am grounded. Give yourself this long to move down into Mother Earth. Feel yourself connect to her, to Mother Earth. As you inhale, imagine that you're scooping your hands up into your heart center, either one or the other or in prayer position. I personally like prayer position here because it allows me to pull my shoulders back, spread my arms wide and open, heart energy. I inhale and I bring the love in. And as I exhale, I round my arms. I scoop my back. And I feel everything that I no longer need move out from behind the shoulder blades. As I inhale, I'm scooping my hands up towards the sky, scooping past my face. And when I get to the top of the head, I've opened my arms. I'm literally creating a funnel in which life force energy starts to flow through me. If you breathe here for a few minutes, perhaps not now, but eventually, you'll feel a warm, tingling sensation at the top of your head. Physically, this is the blood circulating, but metaphysically, imagine this is life force energy being invited in. I usually place my left hand on my belly, and my right hand waves across the top of my head, past my forehead, my throat, my heart, my belly, past my pubic bone. And I have literally just washed away everything I no longer need. I scoop that up and I fill it up into my body. Again, taking my left hand to my belly and waving that energy all the way to the top of my head. I have both hands above my head now, and I create a circle around me from side to side, from front to back. And in this moment, back in mountain pose, hands at heart center, speak these words. I am grounded, open, and connected. I am grateful to be protected. Only the highest good. That's a 90-second spiritual shower. So let me show you exactly what that looks like. So let's get started. I'm in mountain. Stomp, stomp. Pushing my hands down, I am grounded to earth energy. Deep inhalation, I'm pulling energy up my spine into my heart center, and I'm opening the front of my body to love and the back of my body to forgiveness. I'm scooping that energy, pulling it up my spine, through my face, into the top of my head, and I am connecting to head energy. I am one with life force energy, and everything that I no longer need is washing out of me, and I am being filled full of everything that I need to thrive. And in this most incredible love and light, I am wrapping myself in protection. I am grounded, open, and connected. I am grateful to be guided, healed, and protected. I'm grateful that only the highest good comes in and the highest good goes out. And for all of this, I give thanks. Done. That is the spiritual shower. So write this down. With the 11 minutes and 42 seconds left in the program, you'll find the long explanation. Play in there for a while until you feel good about it. Eventually, you can just sit in meditation and move through this. Do it as many times as you want. Do it absolutely anywhere. Do it in your imagination to the people that you love. It's called holding their space. When you want just the really quick 90-minute version, 90 minutes, that would be fun. Oh my God, that would be amazing. 90-second version, you're going to go to 11 minutes 43 seconds 46 left in the show, and you'll find that there. It doesn't have to be exactly as I created it. You can add any pieces that you want as long as you are grounded, open, connected, and then finally protected. We're going to take a break. When we get back, I want to share with you some ways to do this, some conscious intention ways and some really cool unconscious intention ways. But I want to share with you the most important part of this, which I'm going to just really quickly say now. When you're done with your day, you're going to close your eyes and you're going to take a deep exhalation and release the protection. And when you do that, you're going to brush off your body, your arms, your legs, because you're washing off everything that was caught out in your protection. But most importantly, if anything during your day sneaks in and you aren't interested in it, you've said or done something, you've accepted something that was said or done, you're going to say, cancel, cancel. And you're going to brush your hands of it. Cancel, cancel. We're going to take our third break. I will remind you of the pins in a proper statement that I just was gifted. And I'm going to share with you how to do this. We'll be right back.
Now back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. Okay. What I have shared with you is the spiritual shower. Take as long in this as you want, but know at least 90 seconds of this has been proven by both science and metaphysics to rewire our neural pathway, to literally allow us to be physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually stronger, more clear, and more calm. I talked to you at the very beginning that you've accumulated a lot of goop if you haven't been doing this. Know that the spiritual shower is preventing any more goop from coming in. But it isn't going to wash away any of the distraction energy that you have already accumulated. That distraction energy is washed away by a conscious intention or an unconscious competency. Unconscious that you're doing it, but you're doing it just naturally as a flow. So those unconscious competence things that are breaking away the barriers and removing layers and layers and layers of trauma, distract energy, non-beneficial energy, listening to music, playing an instrument or singing, dancing, being in nature, doing something you crazy love doing. Sex with your partner. Anything that connects you physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually without your conscious awareness. Cuddling your pet. Now, this isn't usually true of the case of, just being with friends and family or your children, because you're not actually 100% in that for you. Most of the time you're in it for them. So that part doesn't help. The conscious intention ways of clearing away layers, any sort of energy medicine. My favorite, Reiki, meditation, and chakra balancing. Yoga is incredibly powerful. Yoga actually squeezes out of your muscles, tissues, bones, and organs the non-beneficial energy, the emotions that you're trapped in. Any mental or emotional work specifically focused on clearing away non-beneficial energy is going to work. The dry brush is magic. Cancel is magic. Use it every chance you get. In case of an emergency, a good cry is also going to melt away distraction, non-beneficial, and trauma energy. And a good laugh is going to shake it out. So always know that you can fall back on those pieces as well. Ground, open, connect. Every single day. If you can, try to do it in and around the same time. I like to do it in the morning, and then at night, I like to take the protection off, do ground open, connect again, and then protect myself. The only reason that I like to do that is because in the past I've had a habit of astroplaning, leaving my body, doing some really cool stuff, but my body doesn't seem to get the rest it needs. So I also do that at night. I do it twice a day. It's not necessary. My personal choice is 20-25 minutes in the morning and 90 seconds at night. But know that 90 seconds does different. As always, I am incredibly grateful to have you here with me today. It seems like this is all the time that we have. I trust that you got exactly what you needed from me today, but if for any reason you have not, or if you have any questions, concerns, or ideas, please don't hesitate to email me at traci@tracitrimble.ca. I will personally get back to you. If you're curious about what I do or how I can guide and mentor you, please check out my website at tracitrimble.ca. Next week, be sure to join me as we discuss doing your work honestly. In energy medicine, this fundamental piece called doing your work honestly is how we process through the healing to wholeness. It's how we get rid of the distractions and focus on the lesson. It's actually how we remember the contract that we signed. I'm going to explain the concept, share the values and the gifts, and I'm going to show you how to really, truly do your work honestly.
Thank you for choosing to listen to Soul Healing with Traci Trimble PhD.